All right, what's going on, my good people? It's MrRock Out the Barber, and man, I am excited. You know why I'm excited? Simply because I'm starting my YouTube channel back up again. I got all these subscribers in here with no content, so what better way to have the first video up than to have one of the most influential people here in Middle Georgia, in the 478 himself, in the state of Georgia, matter of fact, in the southern region. Yeah. What better way to have Mr. Talk to Me Nice himself, man? Tell the folks where they can find you at, introduce yourself.
Hey, he learned it early on YouTube. Hype up whoever's sitting beside you because it make people want to watch the video, make it feel like they missing out on something. But my name Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3, the host of the Talk to Me Nice podcast. This ain't about me, this all about you, man, so I'm gonna leave it there, man.
So normally, if y'all don't have me on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook at MrRock Out. You can find me on Instagram. All this stuff gonna be in the video. You can find me on Instagram at Mr_Rock Out the Barber, Twitter M_ROTB, and even Snapchat, because I'm gonna give y'all my Snap. I am at Trey because I don't post nothing bad on there. So, but I normally on Facebook I do Rock Out Wednesdays normally, but this time I gotta change it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try and have a video uploaded every Thursday for y'all. Every Thursday, whether it's cutting hair, talking to some good positive-minded influencers like Lawrence Ray himself. Man, this dude has given me every opportunity. This dude has sent me clients. This dude has, man, been put my name out there. He's really given me that push that I've needed, that I didn't know I didn't have. But I normally do Rock Out Wednesdays on Facebook. And Ray told me to do a topic on betting on yourself, and it's just gonna be a little short topic. We're gonna do three key points, and he gonna piggyback whatever he gotta say, or whatever he wanna say, and then after that, we're gonna do a little mini interview for him. We got 5 questions. He don't know none of the questions.
He pulled a me. He come over here with me to the podcast every Tuesday. Don't know what I'm about to ask him. Hey, it's only right he can return the favor.
So with the topic is betting on yourself. So with betting on yourself, I looked at the word bet. And the definition of bet is to feel sure. And the first key point that I got with that is when betting on yourself, you first have to be confident in you. Because if you don't bet on you, who will?
That's what I tell people all the time. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't let people know how great you are, how people, Now there's a difference between, letting people know how good you are and, cockiness, but yeah. It's a fine line to walk, but the best kind of understand. You got to know your value, because if you don't know where to price yourself at, nobody else will either.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and go through this because we got some other stuff to do. But key point number 2 is sometimes betting on yourself means that you have to be willing to take a risk. Life is all about risk, and if you're not willing to take a risk, if you're not willing to get out your comfort zone, you'll forever be stuck, you'll forever be stagnant, you will never grow. Matter of fact, you will never grow.
It's valid. I say it all the time, man. Bet on myself and won. You only ever gonna win as much as you risk. So if you don't want to risk that much, that's cool. That might work for you, but you're probably not gonna end up where you may want to be. So sooner or later, you got to take that risk, or like they say, you're gonna end up working for somebody who did. So that's simple as that.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Last but not least, key point number 3, you have to know that everyone will not believe in you. Everybody is not gonna believe in you. When I started cutting hair, everybody did not believe in me. Even some of my family members did not believe, my immediate family to be exact. Some of them did not believe in me. But as long as you have that inside of you, as long as you stay consistent and believe in you and push yourself to be the best you that you can be each and every single day. Matter of fact, like today, I need to push myself tomorrow to be better than I was today. So what you got to say about that, bro? That's the last point.
Hey, man, like I always say, when it comes to where you can't really worry about who don't support you, just put the energy into the people who do. Yeah. That's why I say all the time, support what supports you. If they want to show you love, they're going to show you love. You could be mad about it all day, but, if they don't want to do it, that's just going to be where it ends at. So just focus on the positives, because focus on control the controllables is what I tell everybody. So if they don't like you for whatever reason, still now, like I tell everybody, even in hate, there's sometimes something warranted. So even if somebody purposely doesn't want to like you, it doesn't hurt to maybe inquire as to why, because even if they're doing it on purpose, it may have some validity to something maybe that you could change. Even if they're not gonna like you regardless, still could even improve yourself even in the hate. So don't focus too much on that. Control the controllables. Work on yourself and do what you need to do. And most of the time, man, like I tell people, if you keep showing love, if you keep being consistent, it's going to be harder and harder for people to say something about you, because the more everybody loves you, the harder it is for somebody to get those words out. Yeah. And, so, hey, don't stress it, man. It'll work itself out over time if it's supposed to. And if it doesn't, it wasn't supposed to. That's kind of straightforward.
Yeah, honestly, man, those that was good. That was good. So those are the 3 key points. I hope you got something out of those 3 key points. I hope that in those 5 to 7 minutes that you pulled something out that you can use for yourself and use in your personal life. Now let's get into the interview part. This part I was ready for, because I got some questions that I don't even know if he discussed with somebody else. But so the first question is, what made you start doing Talk to Me Nice podcast?
I kind of said it a few times before. I felt like, and it didn't necessarily need to be a podcast. I felt like it was just for the community. We needed a place, man, we could just sit down and talk about everything. Because, like, when I was your age, obviously I'm a little bit older than you. When I was your age, I wanted somebody like, man, I wish I could figure out how to do this or that. But it wasn't nowhere I can go. Wasn't nobody I could really ask, because it's a weird thing about ego where people don't, either they don't want to tell you, or sometimes ego doesn't allow you to ask. So I was like, well, let me create a place where you don't have to ask. I'm gonna sit down with these people, I'm gonna ask these questions, and you can still get the information you want, even if it's an ego issue where you don't want to ask, or it's on the flip side where they don't want to tell you. If they're willing to tell me, even if they didn't tell you, you still got the information. So the goal wasn't necessarily a podcast. It, as you know, we cut the camera off and continue what we were doing anyway. So it's never really about the content. It's more about the conversations, the relationships. All that matters. We can cut the YouTube off and never come back on it. As long as we're still doing what we need to, then the goal is still being met. So yeah, that's pretty much the answer to that.
Okay. Question number 2. Where do you see Talk to Me Nice going in the future?
That's a generalized question, because it could go. I mean, we talking short term, we talking long term.
Let's say 5 years.
I guess it doesn't really matter. My goal, like, I don't have I need 1 million subscribers in 5 years. That's not my goal. My goal is I want to continue doing what we're doing, which is creating opportunities for people, creating relationships with people that maybe they wouldn't have had access to. If we continue to do that, then we're meeting the goal. So I would like to continue to do that at a greater scale each year and progress into something, hopefully, that reaches a level that maybe we're done with Middle Georgia, we're reaching Georgia, and we're reaching the country. We're going to keep going. That's the goal.
Question number 3. Do you plan on doing YouTube full time?
It all depends. It all depends on what's the situation and what's the value to it right now. YouTube, I mean, some people actually think YouTube is my full-time job. It is actually not. I do other things. This is actually still a hobby, this YouTube. That's the thing people don't understand until you get into YouTube. YouTube doesn't make a lot of money. For those who see, oh man, he got 30, 40, 50,000 views. In the grand scheme of things, if we just behind the scenes, that equals about $20. I don't know if people know, it doesn't equal a lot of money. So for me to even have the opportunity to turn that full time would mean something changed drastically in the podcast, which is a blessing in itself that allows us to then do it full time. So a lot of factors would have to come into play. Like I said, that's a long-term goal maybe. But even then, for that to make sense, that means I want the people, like I always say, I want the people like you show up every time, come work with me. If me, you, Trey, Chris, Darius, Gab, everybody who shows up all the time, if all of us can't quit our jobs to do this full time, then that's not the goal. Either we all doing it or nobody doing it. So maybe if we can make it make sense down the line, we'll keep going from there.
Okay. Question number 4. How many connections have you made since starting YouTube?
Well, the thing is, I already had a lot of connections from when I did music. So I had a couple connects working with me behind the scenes who shout out to them. It's been a bunch of them, so I don't even want to start naming people because then I'm gonna feel bad at one person I miss. But that's how I was able to grow my channel, man. People on Instagram, 300, 400,000 followers shout, hey, go subscribe to my guy, go do what he do, and that allowed me to progress quicker. So I already had connections. It definitely opened the door to some other connections. I mean, I got a couple of new blue checks. They don't like to be called out, so I got to leave that alone too. But y'all see when the video pop out. But, the goal is always connections. And to me, it doesn't necessarily have to be like superstars, I guess people think. Because when they say connections, that's what they thinking about. Oh, who the famous people climbed in there. I mean, it's been some, but my more important connections are day-to-day people like I met through the podcast. That what matters to me more. Don't get me wrong, obviously. Celebrities will get the views, they'll get the more attention and help grow it faster maybe than just day-to-day people. Yeah. But those are the connections I'm more concerned with. Those are the connections I enjoy more, man. I mean, celebrities want to tap in, cool, but, we're not sitting around waiting on somebody to come, quote-unquote, bless us, man. Now, if they want to work, we want to work too, but It's more about the day-to-day people. I mean, as it continues to grow, that's still the focus, and we're not gonna change that just because notoriety started coming with it. So
yeah, that's real. That's real. That lets me know that he gonna stay humble no matter how high he gets.
Yeah.
And last but not least, this is the last question, and we're gonna rock out with y'all. Last question: can we expect a Talk to Me Nice tour? If so, when?
See, we already got some dates locked in, man. We got a couple of dates. I think we had North Carolina, Louisiana, and Texas. We got 3 states with a couple of other ones. Hit me up. Like I said, I want to make a tour, but when it comes to the tour, behind the scenes stuff, it got to make enough sense. Again, this is still, locally, yeah, it's a great big thing, I guess. But when you put it on the grand scheme of things and YouTube and just in life in general, it's not that big. So
Right.
for us to go on tour, that would mean we need to have enough people who, 1, know us, and 2, care enough to come out in those cities. So we're doing our research. If we can get enough people in one place that makes it make sense, by all means, we come in there. But, a tour would really depend on the people, how many people tapping in, and how soon can we get there. And at the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't make sense to come there. Ain't no point for me to go on tour in Seattle if all I'm gonna have sitting there is the same people I could have done it with in Georgia. So yeah, I mean, if it makes sense, we there. So hopefully, hey, for people who watching this, man, if you want us there, I keep saying tap in. If you tap in and it makes sense, we there. No questions asked. So
No
I guess we got to
question,
see.
All right, man. That's all I got for y'all today. That's all I got for y'all. This is like I said, a quick video that I wanted to put out to start my YouTube channel back up. And like I said, what better way to have one of the most influential people than Lawrence Ray, aka Talk to Me Nice himself, man. And once again, I don't know if he's gonna put this video up on his YouTube channel. I don't know. That's up to him. But once again, you can follow me on Instagram at Mr_Rock Out the Barber. You can find me on Facebook at MrRock Out. Snapchat at I am and Travius, and Twitter at M_ROTB, man.
Hey man, when you come film with me, you don't post my videos. Why would I post yours, man? As far as stealing your content, this is 100% your content. I'm not gonna post it. Of course, I'll reshare for the people. Like I've been telling him for the longest, we're gonna give him his flowers. This is his channel. I've been telling people, man, he comes over here every week, shows me love. People who watch on my platform been asking, man, where's this guy content? This guy's funny. I like him. Where can we find him at? Been trying to tell him, man, lock in. These people want to hear from you somewhere other than Talk to Me Nice, man. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal too. He was a star in his own right before I ever met him. But that's the goal when people come tap in with me, man. Showcase maybe the people who didn't know you, who maybe knew me. Get that audience and take them with you, because at the end of the day, they gonna watch me regardless. But still, it doesn't hurt if they come watch you as well.
Right.
That's the goal, and that's why I'm happy to see. This is when we started. We like to call it a platform. We can't have a platform if we don't ever have somebody take it somewhere else. Yeah. So this is the first.
This
this is the first opportunity we really get to see it. That's why I'm pushing y'all so hard to support it, because it may be somebody else who wants to be like him, but man, I don't got the time. I don't want to do this or that, and it's gonna help both, because now they gonna see, all right, one, it's gonna help me, let's be honest, because now they see, oh, this is a legit platform, man. Buddy came over there and he taking off now. He a star in his own right, so it adds legitimacy to mine. And then on top of that, it just showcases what we already knew. Again, I take no credit for who he is. That is who he is. All I did was cut the camera on, and he let me post it instead of him posting his own. That's why I'm glad. Hey, don't get me wrong. Come see me still, but
yeah,
show your talent off for something that goes directly to you, and that people can appreciate you, and not you just from Talk to Me Nice, just you as a person. Because like I said, he was MrRock Out. He had everything going on for himself well before he ever met me. I appreciate him giving me my flowers, but like I tell everybody, limit the flowers to me. All I did was cut the camera on, and you were who you were regardless. So yeah, don't take the credit away from yourself. I know you want to be humble. That's why we come back around and make sure y'all understand. Now, I appreciate the love, but he was doing him well before he ever met me, and he'll continue to do me once he goes on to do bigger and greater things, even past the Talk to Me Nice platform. So continue doing you. Y'all who not subscribed, go subscribe. Y'all love him. It's 10,000 people who love him on my platform, so that should mean it should be 10,000 people who love him on his platform. Obviously, I'm not ignorant. Maybe everybody won't come over, but it should be more than 300. Now, at least let's get some people over here as soon as we can, man. And let's keep growing them. Let's keep supporting them, man.
Yeah, let's make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And when you hit that notification bell, make sure you hit all notifications so you'll get notified when I upload, man. I love y'all. MrRock Out.